Hey guys, I'm hoping the Wi-Fi is going to be good enough here. There's a cell phone tower right on top of this building over here. So it seems to be fairly strong, but I'll give you a peek kind of where I'm at. It's kind of a major road here, so it might be a little bit noisy. But this is the Philippines. But last night I finally kind of got into some of the Tron Dapps, and I kind of wanted to go over those a little bit. I've seen a lot of YouTubers that have been getting into the Tron Dapps lately, so I pretty much was kind of thinking that some of these are really high risk, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't want to get into them initially. And I still kind of think that, but I was willing to kind of take the Tron that I've got, kind of divvy it up and get into a few of these different games. So like the big one, it seems to be getting a lot of momentum right now is this Bankroll. And this Bankroll has been, I really liked the UI. Like, I think it's really smooth. You know, just the 3.33% interest per day does not really seem very sustainable when I'm kind of looking at this, but there's a few different things I thought were kind of interesting. Kind of wanted to dive into this a little bit. Let me pull back here. They had, let me pull this back. There was some of the stats on the contract. Let me see if I can pull this up. I had this up here just a second ago. Like there was the 333 ETH contract. It was like a Russian contract that had like a lot of adoption and a lot of it kind of this early ramp up. What was that, like maybe like 4 to 6 months ago, somewhere around that time frame. I never got into it. I was wanting to get into it, but it was blocked by MetaMask. And but this one, it like some of the things about it is like they're saying like it has like this whale status. So if you see here, whale status, 1.2 million Tron. So I guess the goal is to stay under whale status, and you can take out your dividends daily on this one. Gosh, I just had this up a second ago. There was it was showing some of the there was a really cool infographic that I'm going to try to bring up here that was showing some of the stats on withdrawals. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull this up, but yeah, there was an interesting little infograph on the withdrawals that I wanted, and basically what it was doing is kind of like gradually kind of going up. So that's a little bit concerning, I guess, like for the sustainability of this contract. But when you're looking at Dapp Radar and you're looking at these Dapps, they've really been getting a lot of adoption when you're looking like the daily active users. But when you're looking at the total balance, Bankroll right now is number one. So Bankroll, TronBank. So when I initially, like yesterday, when I was kind of looking at this, and if we're looking at you know, basically kind of like the top 10, TronBank, P3T, which is a kind of a P3T clone on the Tron network, and Bankroll. These were the three that I decided to get into. I'm still interested in getting into TronBet. I think these four. I may get into some other ones, like some of the other Dapps. Like I know like Tron Crush was one that people were kind of talking about. It's kind of new. So, but these high risk ones were the ones that were really blowing up in the Ethereum space. Like what was that back in the summer of last year? But the Ethereum Dapps have really dropped off. Like if we're looking at, it's really just like the exchanges, the IDEX, Fork Delta, Bankor, Kyber, And then you've got like Crypto Kitties and some of these other ones. I don't know much about the Crypto Heroes and Playtown to Win, but there's not as much potential to make dividends on these contracts as there is in the Tron Dapps. So I'm checking with the chat a little bit. Yeah, hourglass and pyramids are not sustainable. I'd agree with that. You know, I think for me, I see this as kind of just you know, a way to get into some of the Tron Dapps. Like I would have never gotten into the Ethereum Dapps the way I had before, if it weren't for a lot of the Dapps that came into the space. So like Bankroll and TronBank, like when we're looking at TronBank, I mean 3 to 6% per day. It's not a sustainable contract, but there's a lot of Tron in it. And if you get into these early, you know, there's a way. So I got a little bit in some of these. I'm basically gonna try maybe get my ROI on some of them. You guys are welcome to try them out, but I wouldn't be putting a whole lot into them. I think that there's gonna be a few of these Tron Dapps that are gonna be sustainable, that are gonna have some long-term potential. Like I've heard, you know, rumors about 888 being a good one from a long-term standpoint. I don't know. I really don't know. Like I'm really kind of new to getting into these. If you're wanting, you know, for those that are new to getting into the Tron Dapps, I left the link for the Tron link. So basically it's a little plug-in, and you know, very much like MetaMask. I think it works a little bit better, a little bit faster. That's probably more something to do with the Tron network, but I'm trying these out. I'm not putting a whole lot into them. I don't have a whole lot of Tron, but you know, I'm willing to kind of test them out. Started with 6,000 February 1st and built it up to 13,000 with Tron Dapps, and they're paying me my 600 as of today. Like February probably was the time to get into them. Like I think that some of these projects, like I'm not seeing Bankroll and TronBank as sustainable, but you never know. Like if you see another wave surge like we saw with like the Chinese market getting into like the Ethereum Dapps, you know, they already have a little bit of experience getting into some of these. If there's other markets that can really come in and blow some of these projects up. So there's the sustainability from that standpoint, and I think what I'm planning on doing is kind of taking whatever dividends I get out of these and maybe you know, going around and testing out some other Dapps. So I'm testing the waters a little bit from this standpoint, but that was my initial hesitancy. Like I've known and been watching this space for the last month, and I still feel like I'm getting in a little bit late in a Bankroll. TronBank's a little bit newer, but both of those, when you're looking at the balance of the contracts, those are the top two. I don't know much about this Tron Village. Tron Trade was the way for you to trade for Ante and other currencies on TronBet and a few others. So I'm still kind of learning about some of that. P3T. So like, you know, I've got a little bit in here. Most definitely too late on Ante. Yeah. I think like the risk with Ante was the price collapsing. So essentially kind of really falling off a cliff and going to zero. So yeah, there's definitely a timing to getting into the Tron Dapps for sure. And I'm not necessarily thinking that I'm playing it right. Like it would have been better to get in earlier and get into some of these, but you know, I'm gonna try them out, test them out. Like I think the gaming aspect with the Tron network has got a lot of potential to really encourage adoption in cryptocurrency. like just looking at P3T, they have different games and different platforms on this one, on this particular game. Let me see if we can look at like some of the, I don't know if like it'll show all the different high risk ones. I wonder if we can sort this by games. A lot of gambling sites. I haven't really got into as much in the gambling. I'm looking at just basically different. Let me see if I can do. Yeah, let's do games. See if we can do this. Let's sort this around. Tron Legend, Tron Goo, Chibi Fibers, Epic, Dragons. It has some decent user adoption. Let me see if we can sort by user adoption or the daily active users. Yeah, I guess it's already sorted by that. Yeah, so I mean, like the high risk ones, I guess, are the ones that are seeing the most adoption at this point. Tron users are all bots. Tron Crunch is down at the moment. Got into Bankroll in the first minute. $888 collapse is devastating. I don't know much about that. I'm out of the loop on these, and that's part of doing the stream, is getting a little bit of feedback from people, you know, and seeing which ones are the ones to get into. If there's some ones that are coming up, and I can do updates on some of this from time to time. I don't know how much I really, how I feel about really getting into the Tron Dapps, because they much different from like the earnings platforms, which have been more of the ones that I've been covering, you know, before I kind of took a break for a little while. But I'm not really seeing, like, EOS has a couple on here that that have quite a bit of adoption. If you're looking at these top two, EOS Nights, and this one, something in Chinese. Maybe I'll get my girlfriend to translate some of this stuff. Token Planet. But after that, it really kind of drops off. So I think there's potential with the gaming sector on these dApps, especially with the network not having some of the same issues and scalability problems that Ethereum had. How'd you end up in the Philippines? I had to get out of Vietnam for one, or I just felt like getting out of Vietnam. I like it here. I'll probably be here for a little while. Cost of living's good. As long as I've been in the Philippines a couple of different times, but I have yet to go to a beach. So I've been in the Philippines, you know, basically since about January, and I spent some time coming here before. I've never been to the beach. That's kind of what they're known for, but I've been kind of more out here in the country, out in the mountains, and you know, just trying to get into a couple of different crypto projects, testing the waters. Go to Apo Island. There's so many islands around here. There's a few different spots I want to check out. The ROIs look like they might be on their way down. Yeah, I saw Trey talking about IOST, kind of switching into that, like that might be the next, maybe the next one beyond Ethereum. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know there's a couple of dApps on there that have been doing well. So I'm checking out a bunch of different things. I've been researching a couple of different projects I'm going to do some videos on. I've been meaning to do a couple of different videos on a few different things I've been spending a lot of time researching, but wanted to just kind of do a little bit of an overview of some of the Tron Dapps I've been getting in. You think Arb will come back strong? I don't know. I hope so. I got a lot in that. I did not play Arb right. You know, apparently thought I was playing it right, thought I was doing everything the right way, and just continuously getting screwed in Arb. So it's been really frustrating. So I've got a lot in Arb, and right now, you know, I'm basically just trying to get tokens into the vault so that I can actually get my return on my, like the actual return on my investment that I'm supposed to be getting. So that seems to be what everyone's doing, but I really question the legitimacy of the vault itself. There's not a whole lot of transparency on it. I've reached out to a couple admins about it, got nothing back. So I don't know. It's scary, to be quite honest. So I hope that it does well. There's a lot of stuff that they're doing that could bring in a lot of different new users, but I'm looking at other platforms to try and diversify. I think you have to. So the Tron Dapps and some of the dividend paying Dapps on that network look interesting. I know there's a few other comparable platforms when you're looking at, I guess, at IOST, EOS, Ethereum. I haven't seen as much people talking about some of those, but I don't own any IOST, so I guess that's the first step. So I'm going to look into that, like the Ethereum DApp space really died off, and I think part of it was just a lot of them just didn't. The scalability issues weren't there, the speeds weren't there. A few of the different platforms that did explode, like the FOMO3D project, brought Ethereum to its knees. Like it was the gas fees, like the gas spamming attacks that they had. So it was Ethereum really got exposed. So it's died off though. Like there hasn't been as many issues with the gas and whatnot. But Moonberg, yeah, I've been looking at Moonberg. Like, I don't know. Like, the thing about Moonberg is like the affiliate like pyramid structure. Like, I really kind of question that. I don't know enough about it really. You know, I may research it some more, but I don't know. I haven't really pulled the trigger on that one. Just something about it seems a little off. Kind of like the Ace Wins and. Like what was the other one? I was trying to think of the one the Oracle has been shilling pretty hard. But anyways, there's a lot of these platforms out there, and part of it is just trying to make the best decisions of the platforms that are out there. There's tons of them. Like so there's a lot to choose from. I think like with these ones, with some of the Tron ones, like I think that they are showing some of the most promise right now. But again, you gotta watch them. You know, especially with like Bankroll and TronBank. P3T is more of like a long-term one, just like the P3T contract. If you were looking at that, let's bring that up real quick. I thought that was I was looking at that earlier because I got completely out of P3T. But like this thing has really been dropping. If we pull this out of one day, there's a huge sell-off right here. What was this? This was February 25th. Zoom out a little bit more. You know, a lot of people had some anticipation, especially during this big pump, and that was right around the FOMO3D project, and then it's just really dwindled. So I got out, I think when there was like just over 50,000 ETH in it. So now it's like less than 20,000. Yeah, it's about 20,000. Yeah, P3D or P3T tokens would be good for long term. So I would say that would probably be the best bet if you are kind of looking from that, or if it's not something you really want to pay attention to. Like the Bankroll and the TronBank, you gotta watch it because of the people pulling out. Man, I had a really good infographic. I'm trying to see if I can find that too. There was yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna find it. I had a really cool infographic on it, and I'm not seeing it now. Anyways, but that's about it for me. Just kind of want to do a brief overview of some of the Tron Dapps I'm getting into. Definitely open to getting into some other ones, but let me know your guys' thoughts, opinions, and comment section below. Other than that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.